are with the skipper, Scott Servais, joining us right now. Scott, we talked with you all season long. This is the first time actually sitting down with you, hanging out. I mean, does it feel like you're just chilling with old friends?
Well, you're chilling up here in the press box. No, I'm not usually chilling. I'm down in the dugout.
True,
but,
yeah, you're doing a job.
Yeah, no, it's great. Certainly time to reflect on things that happened last year, but more importantly, looking ahead.
Yeah.
You know, what's ahead of us here in 2023, and we're excited about that. I know the expectations, kind of the energy around town about our team, about the organization, and where we're headed is great. It's very high, and it's exactly what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Well, we got a chance to talk to Teoscar today, and before we got on, you mentioned he's just a pro. Like the way he walks in, the way he sits, the eye contact, the smile, it makes sense. It feels like he's going to fit in perfectly, but it also brings like a calm maturity to the situation as well. How do you think that's going to rub off on this team?
I think that it goes very, very far. Certainly with the core of our team is very young yet. I think people, you're talking about Julio, Cal, even JP, a younger guy. Ty's been around now a couple years, but having somebody like Teoscar that's been a big-time producer, middle of the lineup. The Blue Jays had one of the better offensive teams last year in the last few years, and he's been a big driver for that for him. So, seeing his presence, how he's handled himself today in front of the media, talking to you guys, I couldn't be any more excited to have him a part of our team. It's really going to help a lot of our players.
It feels like, I don't mean to mention again that we've talked to you, but I am comparing two different Scotts, and maybe you don't feel like two different Scotts, but I feel like I sense, this year, and whether it's the conversation you had yesterday with Wyman and Bob, or whether earlier today in the Mariners media luncheon, that there's almost like a more competitive, kind of serious tone, but also like that you really care about this team and you believe in this team and have high expectations. And I'm sure you did last year. I feel like I really sense it this year. I mean, what's the feeling for you personally as a manager heading into 2023?
First of all, organization, we took a major step forward last year.
Yes.
And, I'll just say, getting the monkey off our back, it had been so long since we've been in the playoffs. So, when you accomplish something like that, there's certainly going to be more confidence, not just in myself, but our team, around our team and how we do things and why we do things.
It's a better way to say it.
Yeah, it's a fun group to be around. I think the fans that come out and watch us play or follow us on television or radio feel it. They feel the kind of the joy, and not just Julio, but our team has a good time. Whether it's Gino, it's JP, it's Ty, it's the big dumper personality. It's kind of all come together, and that's the beauty of baseball. You take all these different backgrounds that these players have and their different points of their career, but can you gel them all together and hopefully, move forward for one common goal? And that's what we are able to do here. So I am excited about our team, and the expectations are high, and that excites me even more because, that's what you play for. So you come to spring training every year and you have a chance to win the World Series, and I really believe we've got that type of team.
You talk about the team getting the gel together. I've never been on a good team where the coaching staff didn't reflect that as well. What's it like with you and the coaching staff? What do you guys do? Do you guys hang out during the off season? Is it kind of just business? It goes your ways. You meet up every now and then. How do you guys gel together like this, like the players do?
I think it's a great point, Bump. And players, I've said it for a long, long time. You can't, BS the players. Players know. They do, and they know if you're speaking truth, or it's from the heart when you're talking about them, or how you're interacting with your coaching staff, the front office, the analysts. Players know. And you talk about our coaching staff. We are a very close-knit group. We are very diverse, from experience levels to backgrounds to whatnot, and I think that's what makes our coaching staff good. I said it yesterday. I was talking to a group. I never want to have 6 or 7 other coaches like me. That'd be terrible. It'd be the most boring group ever. So bringing guys that have different backgrounds and can relate to different groups of players is critical. And our coaching staff has come together, and part of it is we celebrate the wins. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to win. And, whether, it's such a long season and, you're hoping to win 100 games out of 162. That's an awesome year in baseball. But, we have a little celebration we started about 1.5 years ago. And it's funny, the players start like, what's going on in the coaches' room? We do this little toast thing after a win. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, the players started doing something, which is perfect. That's the way it should be. You need to celebrate the wins, and this group really does. They enjoy coming to work together every day. And, when you accomplish something on a given night, you want to, hit on it. And our guys do a great job with it.
You obviously have been in locker rooms and know this. You've been a manager. I'm curious, in baseball, are managers typically like, I want the players to figure it out, or is that a personal approach you've taken?
No, I think, in any professional sport, again, I'm around baseball, but football, your standards, the coach can kind of like put it out there. Here's what we're about, and here's what how we're going to go about our work. But it ultimately doesn't really resonate until the players start holding each other accountable based on how they're going about their work, and are you showing up on time, and are you prepared, when you do come to practice or to work every day. And when the players start holding each other accountable, then you can go to the next level. If it's just on me or the coaching staff to try to motivate guys or to get them in the right, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable over a long period of time. It may work for a week or two, but I think what we've seen now, we've seen players that are proud to wear Seattle Mariners uniforms. They've come through our system. Some of the guys we've traded for that have come in and kind of put their arms around our environment and our culture and made it better. Gino Suarez has added a lot to our team. You know what I mean? And it's much different than I thought it was going to be when I first met Gino. But just kind of his calming presence, along with being a smile on his face and the good vibes only dude, it has worked. And it's really rubbed off on a lot of our guys. So I do think it's on the players. You want the players to hold each other accountable. And, as much as it is my job to lead the group and whatnot, the players play the game. I don't throw a pitch. I don't swing the bat. You just try to put them in positions to have success. And we're having some success right now.
Scott, we did a segment earlier on who are the leaders of this team. And naturally, the first person I thought about was the youngest guy on the team. I go, well, he's one of the faces. He's getting paid a lot. With that responsibility, have you had conversations with Gino about what this means for him to be one of the clear-cut leaders of this team and what that investment means and just what's ahead of him? Because he's young. He's 22, not a lot of life experience.
Yeah, Julio is young, and there's no question about it. I think any team I've been on, there's never been one guy that's the leader. It's a group of guys. It's probably 4 or 5 guys. And of those 4 or 5 guys, you might have 1 or 2 that are more quieter, lead by example guys, but eventually somebody's got to talk. Somebody's got to be comfortable addressing the group in the room and whatnot. And, Julio certainly got that in him. We're starting to see that come out a little bit. But he's learning a lot. He's learning a lot from, the veteran guys that he's been exposed to. So getting the right veterans in here around him is critical for our future, not just this year, but going forward, that our young players are exposed to the right veteran guys. And that's why I'm so excited about Teoscar Hernandez. This guy's been to the playoffs. He's been on winning teams. He's been on, now this will be his 3rd organization. He gets it. He's been around, and he's got it. You can feel it. He's calm. Just talking to him, he's going to add a lot to our team.
We are all, as our listeners, very excited to see this team, and we're going to be hearing about the team starting not long from now. 2 weeks away from pitchers and catchers? It's insane. I can't believe it's already here. He is Mariners manager Scott Servais, kind enough to join us. Thanks so much, Scott.
No problem.